Hello, this is another video of a piece taken from First Repertoire Pieces for Flute. And the piece that I'm going to look at is J.S. Bach's Siciliano from the Second Flute Sonata in E-flat major. This is a reasonably slow movement. It's in 6/8 time and it's in G minor, so it has two flats. B flat and E flat. There's nothing particularly difficult about this apart from the note groupings, which are mainly to do with these little dotted rhythms here, and also the semiquaver groupings here. Those will take a bit of looking at, I suspect. But it's a delightful piece to play and extremely musical. Bach is always difficult to play on the flute. I think everyone finds his music that way. I mean, the E-flat major flute sonata is difficult, but not as difficult as the B minor flute sonata, which is quite a complex piece to play. Okay. We'll play this. Some of that is quite difficult in terms of the articulation. I tend to do my own articulation and transcribe things not quite in the same way as is on the page. The original articulation in this particular edition is unlike some of the other editions I've looked at. For example, the first bar, the music is actually marked. So you have the first three notes slurred and then the notes 4, 5 and 6 also slurred together. That's apropos of the addition. However, what I do is this. I tongue the fourth note and then slur notes 5 and 6 together, and the same in the subsequent half, the second half of the first phrase as well. So that's important to recognize. Bar 5 also, I tongue the first 3 notes, which is here, and then slur the rest. So that's going to come out as and then the final bar, bar 8 of the second line is so I slur the first 2 of the 6 semiquavers, tongue the rest of the group, and then slur the next group in 2s. The music is actually marked. Now you may prefer that. I mean, I just think it's better just to articulate some of the notes, but that's personal preference. And I'm not going to go through every single bar and show you how to do that. That's irrelevant, really. But bar 17 and 18 are interesting because you'll see that I've slurred those and slurred the first 3 of the semiquavers and tongued the rest of the group, and then same with the subsequent bar. This bar I play louder, and this bar I play soft, so it's like a little echo, which is known as terrace dynamics in Baroque terms. I'll just play those 3 bars for you, from bar 17 to 19. And so on. The same thing happens in bar 27 and 28. Those bars 17 and 18 are duplicated later on in a different key. So bar 27 is and then at the end as well, in bar 31, those particular notes in the addition are slurred. I tongue them. So I hit the note and then there's a bell sound and it dies. So a bit of vibrato in each note. There are little idiosyncrasies in that piece. They're largely to do with the articulation. Otherwise, be careful of the ties, particularly in the first half in bar 5. And bar 6 and 7. What Bach does is ride the bar really in that. So it's, well, ride the metric groups, not particularly the bar. And the same thing happens in bar 14 where you have the ties. You can hear how that works. That's a good piece to play, and I hope you'll enjoy it. It's expressive. One thing about vibrato in Baroque music on the flute, don't put too much vibrato on. A lot of players aim for authenticity. So never too much vibrato. So maybe you can even play it without vibrato. So you're aiming to play as though you're playing a Baroque flute, which really does aim at authenticity. Anyway, I hope you'll enjoy playing that piece. It's a great piece to play. Okay, thank you.